Hi, I'm Tash.
And I'm T.
And we're here to talk to you about everything from life's little hiccups to the big thing that you might be overthinking. And let's be real, it's probably not that deep, sis.
So grab your drink, get comfy, because we're giving it to you straight from the couch.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Is Not That Deep, sis, with the darlings on the couch.
On the couch.
On the couch. And Piggy. Piggy's here again.
Piggy is here, and my abs hurt real bad.
Real bad. Every time I leant back in my chair today,
Honestly.
it was like getting another workout.
Just as soon as I woke up this morning, I immediately was like, my abs fucking hurt.
I love that so much though, because you are such a gym girly. And I finally make you do Pilates with me.
I know.
Also, your tag's sticking out. Can you fix that? Oh my God, everything's better in the world now.
Alrighty. Let's share our I was today years old.
Okay, so I was on Instagram and I found out, you know Mike Posner, the singer? I took a pill and I beat
Oh, yeah.
Do you know that he also was the guy that did the 3,000-mile hike across Australia, and he also did the Mount Everest summit?
No.
Yeah, neither.
He didn't just take a pill in Ibiza.
No, he did all of those things.
And no disrespect, because obviously he's RIP.
No, he's not. That's Avicii. Avicii died.
Didn't Avicii write that song?
Yeah, so it's both of them.
Oh, thanks for confusing me.
So Avicii is still alive.
Okay.
Mike Posner also did, oh my God, what's the other
No,
really-
Avicii died.
Avicii died, that's what I said.
You said Avicii's still alive.
No, Avicii passed away. Mike Posner is alive.
Okay.
They both wrote or sung the song. She also did, what was the other song? Oh my God, it's gone from my brain now, but it's really popular. Anyways, not only is he like, I think he's got like 5 Grammys or something like that, but he also did Mount Everest. And I remember seeing the guy that did the 3,000 miles across America. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did not know.
So you take a pill in Ibiza and you can climb Mount Everest.
Let's not do that.
I would take a pill in Ibiza.
I'd go
Under
to Ibiza.
Under supervision.
Okay. Knowing exactly what it is.
Yeah, Mum and Dad, if you're listening,
take a
I would
Panadol
never, ever
in
take a pill in Ibiza. Anyways, that's my today's old.
Okay. My I was today years old is...
Piggy.
Sorry, I've got my dog is currently strapped up because she has had an ouchie on her foot. Yes, an ouchie on your foot. My I was today years old is that we can experience ovulation pain. So I literally found out this the other day from Tash because I was having the worst pains all day the other day, and it felt like period pains, but I wasn't even close to being due for my period, but I was in my ovulation phase, and she had mentioned that another one of her girlfriends had mentioned it to her one day and said, oh, my ovulation pains are really bad today, and she's like, what? So yeah, it's an actual thing.
I only found out like probably 6 months ago. I didn't think it was, because ovulation is meant to be the best time of the year. Like, you are thriving in ovulation.
Best time of the year. The whole year.
The whole year. So I never ever associated anything bad with it. And then, yeah, one of my girlfriends, unfortunately, she's got endometriosis, but and I don't know if it's connected or separate, but then she was like...
It is connected.
It is connected.
Yeah, so I did a little bit of research after you told me, and they said that if you experience it where it's really severe and it lasts over 48 hours and you get it frequently, they check to see if you have endometriosis or cysts on your ovaries.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you did look it up. It's only like, what, 20% of women get it, don't
yeah,
they? It's really low.
It was something really low.
Yeah.
But like, I have experienced it before. I just never made the connection.
Yeah.
And it was never nearly as, I'd never experienced it as bad as what I did the other day, where it lasted literally 24 hours.
Yeah.
It was like lasted all day. But yeah, just interesting to know. Just another thing we don't know about our phases.
And if my friend never told me, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
And if I told
Never talked about.
So bad.
Wild.
Crazy. So we hear a lot about red flags in datings and the things that make you go, ew, no thank you, or I should probably run. And yes, red flags matter. They help us avoid unhealthy, manipulative, or straight up toxic behavior. But today we want to flip the script a little, because focusing only on what we don't want can make us forget to notice what really feels safe, healthy, and good. So today we're talking green flags.
Woohoo! And what a better week to do this than on Valentine's week.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
true. We got Valentine's Day on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
The 14th.
Have you got a Valentine?
I've got a Valentine.
I've got a secret admirer.
Oh my God. Is that why your husband didn't wear his wedding ring today?
I think my husband wants a divorce.
Talk about red flags.
Oh my God. I went to tidy the bedroom this afternoon and he was at work out
supposedly.
in the public and his wedding ring was on his bedside table.
Suspicious.
Suspicious. But yes, we're talking green flags today. Whenever I think of green flags, I always think of, you know, the flag guy.
Yes,
I love him so much.
I was thinking about him as I was writing this.
So we're going to cover what a green flag actually is, the top green flags in relationships. We're playing a game, obviously. It's called Is It a Green Flag or Is It Bare Minimum? And we're each going to share our personal top green flag that we look for in relationships.
Yes.
Yes. So what is a green flag? A green flag is basically a positive sign in someone's behavior that shows emotional maturity, respect, safety, and long-term relationship potential. Green flags aren't about grand gestures. They're about consistent behavior that make you feel secured, valued, and calm, not anxious.
Yes.
And if
we
you
love
feel
that.
attacked right now,
Yeah, if you're thinking, oh, my partner does not make me feel any of those things.
in the bin. Straight in the bin. Slam dunk.
So Psychology Today put together a list of the top green flags in relationships. So this is the 10 top green flags that they've noted that's like an even consensus among relationships.
Okay, love it.
So trust is number one.
Yeah.
So you feel safe being yourself. Their words match their actions and you don't feel like you need to overthink or fact check them.
Yeah.
And you feel like that's like a really obvious one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Until you've been through it though. Like even today,
Yeah.
Joe leaving his ring behind. I would never overthink that.
Yeah, exactly. You're
Never.
not going to be like, oh my God, I need to track where he is. Like,
Yeah.
or even tracking him unless it's like for a safety thing. But
Even
yeah.
then, he can look after himself. He's an
Yeah.
adult.
Respecting boundaries. So they listen when you say no. They don't push, guilt, or sulk.
Sulking, my biggest ick in the world. Ewy.
Your boundaries don't become a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when they try to make you feel guilty because you're putting a boundary
Yeah.
in place. And
Your
as if
boundary
you're
made
the
me
problem.
sad,
Yeah.
and now I'm going to make you feel guilty for
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Communication is number 3. You can have hard conversations without it turning into chaos. They're willing to calm down and try again. Even if they're not perfect, they want to improve.
Yeah.
Number 4 is emotional regulation. Listen, please. They feel emotions without exploding. They don't lash out when stressed or angry. They're open to help or self-reflection. They're open to help or self-reflection when needed.
And Tiana would have liked to put in here as a 4th dot point for emotional regulation. However, she had to keep it strictly to the facts, is they go to therapy.
Oh, literally. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. I need to get that put on a shirt. Go to therapy.
I think you should get it tattooed.
I think I should.
Yeah. On your butt.
Yeah. Go to therapy.
Go to therapy.
Number 5 is independence. They have a life outside the relationship. Friends, interests, goals of their own. Togetherness and space are both respected. I think that's something that is overlooked a lot as a
Yeah.
green flag.
I think so. I
Especially
think-
from insecure people as well.
Yeah, I think sometimes we can make the correlation that spending a lot of time with each other and not getting sick of each other is a green flag. And as much as that's positive, I think there's so much that we miss about being able to do things on your own and
Yeah.
being independent.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also you want somebody who is their own person as
Yeah.
well.
And if you can comfortably take time away from each other, once again, not worrying about if it's detrimenting your relationship or what the other person's doing, or you can't have fun without that other person.
Yeah.
That's so healthy.
Yeah. And you know what that's called when you do worry about all those things? It's called codependency. And it's not cute.
No, that's what you have with your infant child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 6 is responsibility. They can apologize. They take ownership instead of deflecting or blaming. They don't rewrite. They don't rewrite history to avoid accountability.
Yes.
Number 7, which was a surprising one, but it's laughter. So you laugh with each other, not at each other. Humor helps during tough moments. Being together feels light and not heavy.
So important.
So important. Always find yourself a person that makes you laugh.
I love a funny guy.
It overrules everything.
Oh my God. That's, you know where my obsession with a funny guy started?
Yeah. I don't know what to talk about it.
Adam Sandler. If you're listening to this, Adam,
cue all like the love hearts, like the comic love hearts over your head.
I love him.
Who needs your husband when you've got Adam Sandler?
Honestly.
Number 8 is growth. You like who you are when you're with them. You feel supported, not diminished. They bring out your best, not your anxiety.
Yeah. When people say like they make me a better person.
Yeah.
Like truly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 9 is positive regard. They give you the benefit of the doubt. They assume good intent rather than jumping to criticism. Grace on bad days, not punishment.
That's so important.
Yeah. Especially the not jumping to criticism part.
Yeah, assuming the best about your partner.
Yeah.
Because if you are in a loving relationship where you respect each other, the default should be they love me and care about me. I'm sure they didn't do that with malintent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just reflecting, like as we're having we're talking about this now, you just reflect, like maybe not you because you haven't had like too many relationships in your life, like boyfriend.
No one's loved you except Joe is what she's saying to me. Yeah, no, I haven't had a lot of boyfriends.
Yeah, but like I can just reflect on relationships that I have had and just can pinpoint like such like exact scenarios where these have come up, and I'm just like, girl, what were you thinking? Bloody hell. Number 10 is collaboration. It's us versus the problem, not me versus you.
I love this saying so much. I reckon I heard it years ago, and it was probably on Instagram, but somebody like a relations coach said you need to have the mentality when you're having like arguments or disagreements or whatever you want to call them, that it is you as a couple versus the problem.
Yeah.
You are not against each other.
Yeah.
I just think that was just such a good mindset shift.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean to say that you need to necessarily have the exact same outlook on how to approach a situation or a problem. But as long as you can work together to come to a resolution, that's the important thing.
Yeah, because what you understand is that there is a separate problem. We're not like 9 times out of 10, it's not us that's the problem. It's that there's a problem and we need to work together to come to a resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decisions feel shared and conflict feels solvable, not threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that last one is also a really big one because I feel like whenever, if you're in a relationship that's a little bit insecure and there's you face a little bit of conflict, maybe especially in the early days when you haven't really faced too much conflict, you see that as such a threat on your relationship because maybe you're not handling it together quite as well as what you maybe should.
And I think I said this in the episode where we talked about, are you truly ready to get married? Are we truly ever ready to get married? And I was talking about how you are going to argue and like those, you should be able to get through those arguments knowing that you both want the best outcome. Like those arguments aren't there to like threaten your relationship. They're there so that you can work through and find resolutions, and then you kind of set a precedent for next time.
Yeah.
Okay,
so no, that's not right. So we are going to play, is it a green flag or is it the bare minimum? Because the bar has been very low and we need to fucking talk about it, honestly.
It makes me angry.
It does.
It makes me so fucking angry.
Whenever you see something like on Instagram that comes up and they're like, oh my God, my boyfriend did this. And it's literally like they took his plate to the fucking sink.
Yeah. Or he watched his kids. Like he babysat his kids that he chose to have with you. I see this, like there's a big trend on Instagram at the moment that is things that my husband does that would send a low effort husband into a coma. But even some of the stuff is still like, I appreciate, like, it's once again, it's finding this balance of you've got to be appreciative of what people bring to the table, but also not people just taking the piss. But even like in this trend, some of the stuff that they're doing, I'm like, but that is bare minimum, babe.
Yeah. And
Absolute bare minimum. Like, washing his own clothes.
I'm sorry. Not even bare minimum. like you
basic
should be
hygiene.
doing that anyways.
Basic hygiene.
Yeah.
We were talking about this today. People like, this is a completely different topic, but like sometimes the challenges you face as a parent or a single mum, and then they start talking about things like washing laundry and going to the grocery store, and then we were just like, what do they think people who don't have kids do?
Yeah.
Like, we still have to eat.
We're just disgusting, grotty little freaks that sit in our home with mountains of dirty clothes and we pick at cockroaches to eat. Like, that's what they think we do.
We have to do all those things too, babe.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my God.
With
so
a full-time
funny.
job.
With a full-time job.
With a full-time
and
job.
I have 2 dogs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and
Just as hard as a child.
with the amount of attention that some of these dogs require.
Some of these dogs require, not pointing or naming any names.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's play. I'm ready.
All right.
All right.
So I'm going to read out behaviors and you're going to decide, is it a green flag or congratulations, you're doing the absolute minimum. Yay!
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. They text you back consistently.
I feel like all of these are going to be bare minimum. I feel like, yeah, they don't have to text you back. I reread it because I didn't want it to say immediately because like people have lives and jobs. But yeah, if you are in are we talking about, hold on, I need parameters for this. Are we talking about somebody that you're dating or somebody that you're in a relationship with?
Look, I know where you're going with this. It's like if
Yeah.
you're in a relationship with like in a long-term relationship, the likelihood that you guys are going to be texting constantly obviously goes down from like when you were dating because
Yeah.
you're trying to garner a relationship with that person. But I think it can go either way.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, if you have a healthy relationship with someone, they will have enough respect to respond to what you are asking
Yeah,
of them.
exactly. Yeah.
Like I will literally
Because it's
send
very
Joe-
low effort. Like, let's be
Yeah.
real. Sending a text to somebody or a voice message it's very low effort.
If you are dating somebody or like in a situationship or whatever, and then you message them and they don't get back to you within that day, and then they just say, so sorry, things have been hectic. I'm sorry, there is very minimal things that would take up so much of your time that you couldn't even just respond to a text.
Yeah, or
that
even
takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, or even just to say, like, in the middle of the
Shit's fucked
day.
at the moment.
Yeah, shit's fucked at the moment, but I will message you back later today. I
Yeah.
hope you're having a great day.
Yeah.
Like, that is so
Because
low
it's-
effort. It takes very minimal time, but it makes the other person feel, okay, I feel
Yeah.
validated now.
And I think as we go through this, because I obviously don't know what these things are, but I'm already going to make an assumption that 9 times out of 10, it's actually not about the act, it's the intention.
Yeah,
So
for
it's
sure.
not about the act of texting you back. It's about the intention of going, I respect you and I don't want you to feel like I'm ignoring you, or I don't want to make you feel bad or worried or whatever it might be. So it's not so much the actual act, it's what that act means and the intention behind it.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
For sure.
They respect your boundaries without making you feel guilty.
Bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Bare fucking, and like in any relationship.
And that
Any
doesn't just go
relationship,
for
romantic.
romantic. It's platonic as well.
Yeah.
Anything.
Anything, friends,
Yeah.
family, colleagues.
Yeah. They apologize when they're wrong.
Bare fucking minimum.
Don't worry, there are some
Okay.
green flags in here. We're starting off easy.
Okay.
They don't cheat.
Oh, look.
Green flag.
I'm sorry. It is like people. I can't. Like, there is absolutely no world that it is necessary to cheat.
No.
If you do not want to be with someone, you don't have to be with them.
Yeah.
Like these excuses that I hear that, oh, you weren't giving me enough attention, or I was drunk, and I'm just like, under no circumstances is it necessary or acceptable.
Yeah, I agree. And with the notion what you said before of like people who come up with the excuses of like I wasn't getting enough attention, and I wasn't feeling validated in the relationship. How the fuck does cheating solve that?
Yeah, so you thought the way to solve that was to go and put effort in with someone else instead of addressing the relationship that you have.
Yeah. And just leave if you're not happy.
100%. And also, probably the reason that you're not getting attention, and I don't want to just blame, but you probably have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 9 times out of 10 people don't just shut down for no reason.
Yeah.
There's a contributing factor.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like if you're somebody that's willing to cheat on your partner, despite all of that, then you've probably checked out a long time ago.
Yeah.
And that was just your way of going,
Yeah.
okay, like I don't want to feel too bad about cheating. So like I'm going to come up with all the reasons why I'm not happy with this person in my head. Crazy behavior.
Crazy behavior.
They communicate when they're upset instead of stonewalling.
Bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Is there any green flag?
There are.
Yeah.
They don't yell during arguments.
That's a green flag.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah. So I told you it was a little tricky.
Yeah,
tricky one.
Yeah, no, like I think some people might go, well, that's absolute bare minimum, and I do agree. I don't think it's right, but I can understand why when you get into an argument, and I don't mean like yelling and telling that you that you're, an effing piece of whatever, but just raising your voice.
Yeah.
Sometimes we think that the louder the argument, the stronger the argument is.
Yeah.
And I just think that somebody that is really emotionally regulated and under any circumstances can get through an argument, and I mean like a proper argument without raising their voice, has got some really strong emotional regulation, and that is a massive green flag in a relationship.
Absolutely, I agree. I was watching an episode of the Eric and Lyle Menendez story, Monsters, and it was the episode where they're in court and it's coming to like the final verdict of what their sentence is going to be. Anyways, their lawyer, or Eric's lawyer, she keeps yelling objection to everything that the other lawyer, like what are they called? The one that's no, because she's the prosecutor.
Yeah.
And the judge is like, you need to stop yelling in the courtroom. She goes, well, I'm angry, so my voice is loud. And I'm like, girl, same.
Same. I totally get
it. Okay. They support your goals and independence.
Bare minimum. Do you not think that's bare minimum?
No, I do. I think it's a mix of both.
Okay.
I think it is.
Elaborate.
I think it's bare minimum in the sense that obviously your partner should, no matter what, support your goals. But I do also think that it is a green flag in the sense that
I think it takes maturity to the goals. I think is a bare minimum. Maybe the independence, I think maybe it takes maturity to be trustworthy and confident and enough in a relationship to allow independence to thrive.
Yeah. I think when I say it's a green flag, I think that it takes a lot of your own personal growth to be in support, like in full support, like always, of your partner's goals and independence. I'm not saying you should accept a partner who doesn't support that, but I do think that it's not necessarily bare minimum. It's that
someone that has really worked on
someone's
themselves.
And that to me screams both bare minimum. I don't think you should accept a partner if they don't provide that. However,
it shows somebody.
It shows that and that to me is a green flag.
I no objection here now.
Yeah.
I retract my objection.
I had to whip out the hand movements as I was explaining that.
It made it more fixing.
Okay. They listen without trying to fix everything.
I think that's a green flag.
Yeah.
Because, like, I heard some people say, they'll go, they'll start talking to their partner and then their partner go, do you want advice or do you want me just to listen? And that, I think, is a real maturity because I don't have that. 9 times out of 10, I'm like, I want to fix your problems. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think somebody that can appreciate that not everyone wants their problems to be fixed. Sometimes they just want to be heard.
Yeah.
I think that takes, and I think that's somebody that's really selfless.
Yeah.
Because
I
9
agree.
times out of 10, I think sometimes we want to fix things for our own sake, rather than somebody else's.
Yeah. And like, look, we all want to be the knight in shining armor. Like, especially when it comes to our partner. Like, we don't ever want to see them sad or upset over something, and we want to be able to be the problem the problem solver. But like there are times where it calls for that and there's times when it doesn't.
Yeah.
And like I've heard the same like sort of notion, but do you want a solution or do you want a hug?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's
Yeah.
actually a nice little way to say it.
They listen with, oh wait, already read that one. I had to say it twice because it's so important. They help around the house without being asked.
I will
Bare minimum.
literally throw up.
Bare
I would
minimum.
throw up.
But
I would throw up in your face.
If you have eyes and can see, then just do the fucking thing. That nearly rhymed.
I'm sorry, this one makes me so angry. And even the word like help around the house.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is just such a trigger for me because I'm just used to seeing such useless men in relationships. But yeah, this notion that they are helping. It is your home.
Yeah.
It is your mess.
Yeah.
And if you love and respect your partner, you will contribute. And then this thing, well, if I wasn't in a relationship, I would just let it go. And it's like...
But you're cohabitating with somebody.
Exactly. So once again, it's not about the act of cleaning up. It's about the love. It's about the intention and going, I love and respect somebody. Why would I want them to live in squalor? Why would I want them to be stressed out because I'm not doing my part?
Yeah.
Why would I want them to have to ask me again and again and again and then make them feel like a broken record?
Yeah, for sure. Or just get to the point where they go, I can't even be bothered having this conversation anymore. So I'm just going to take on all the labor and do everything myself.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to be burnt out and now I'm going to resent you. And now we're going to get a divorce.
Yeah.
Because that's how it goes.
100%. We have a rule in the house because you know how some people, and like it's different for every relationship,
Yeah,
and I think there's a million ways that this can work. And some people have like, you know, blue jobs and pink jobs, or they will have like I cook and you like if I want
Indoor
cook,
jobs and outdoor jobs.
yeah, and if I cook one time, if I cook, you clean, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Whatever makes it equal and equitable, go for it. I don't
Yeah.
care. But we have a rule in our house that if you see it, you do it.
Yeah.
You see it, you do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean like because you're cooking, you cannot clean.
Yeah.
If you see it, you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, something that I really hate, and it goes to what you were saying, is like somebody who is cooking in the kitchen and like, okay, that's great. You cooked a meal for us, but you've now left the kitchen in a fucking bomb site. And it's like, now you're expecting me to clean up what could have been reduced down to something very minor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think what's so important in relationships, and I think the relationships that work the best are people that are constantly being like, how can I make their life easier? And if you are both like that, those are the relationship that thrives.
Yeah.
Because you are both constantly trying to do everything to make that other person's life easier while also getting it in return. So say, using that example, if you have the mentality that I'm going to cook tonight because I'm home first and I, really want to make this beautiful spaghetti bolognese for my partner, but I want to make their life easier. So they're probably going to offer to clean up because they want to make my life as easy as possible, but I'm going to tidy as I go.
Yeah.
And I just think that people that have that mentality in a relationship, they are the ones that thrive the most.
Yeah, for sure. And again, it comes back down to respect for your partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything really comes back round to respect.
I think so.
Yeah. They will do something with you because you want to and not necessarily because they want to. And most importantly, do it without complaining or an attempt to gain brownie points.
My God. It's just so funny because we had a conversation about this recently.
There's a reason why it's in here.
Oh my God. And once again, this one's really triggering for me. There's lots of things that I do that I don't necessarily want to do, but I do it because it makes Joe happy and I love Joe, and I will never ever make a point of going, I'm only doing this because I love you. But that's what you do in a relationship. And I don't mean things that are a detriment to you, your health and your well-being.
Yeah, of course.
But like as simple as they really want to watch a show, I might not be into it, but I want to spend time with my husband, and therefore I'm going to watch that show with them because that brings them joy, and them being happy makes me happy. And I'm not saying a fucking word about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not doing any harm to you to watch a show that Joe wants to watch.
No.
And then when you want to watch a show, you want to watch, I'm sure Joe would return that gesture back.
I just think it's really concerning in relationships that, once again, you can have boundaries and you can say, look, I really don't want to do that today. But this notion that these, like, if you are being selfish in a relationship and you think that everything that you do in a relationship has to serve you, being in a relationship is not for you.
Yeah.
Because relationships are give and take, and you are going to do things that are not going to serve you. But once again, because you love and respect your partner, you do it because it makes them happy. And then you don't get to, you should not be doing it just so you can say, I did that.
Yeah.
And like hold it over their head
I
for
was just
next
gonna
time.
say, yeah, and like bringing up in an argument when they maybe bring up that they're going through a time when they're like, oh, like, you know, I just don't feel like we don't do enough together. Like, I'm just feeling like at the moment we're just not really doing a lot together. And they come back around and go, oh, but that one time I did this with you. And it's like, for fuck's sake, shut the fuck up, you absolute toddler.
You absolute toddler. But it's so accurate. That is just bare fucking minimum.
But, oh yeah, I forgot.
We've just gone on a complete rampage and we forgot what we were here
minimum. They follow through on what they say they'll do.
I think we need context to this in the sense that I do think that being a person that does what they say they do is bare minimum, but actually having the ability to do it constantly is growth.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you might have the best intentions, but then sometimes it just doesn't come to fruition. And if it's on occasion that happens, I don't think that's a red flag. I think that's somebody working on themselves. Do you agree?
You know, I definitely agree. I think this is a bit of both.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Because, like, obviously you don't want to be in a relationship with a partner who is all talk, no action. And they're always like, no, we'll do this or I'll do that. And then there's no result at the end of it.
Yeah.
And you stop trusting the words that they say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And that's bare minimum in the sense that you do the simple things. You always follow through with the bare minimum things.
Yeah.
But to what you're saying, like, obviously there are like things that where you have the best intention, but it just doesn't come to
and I think we need to
fruition.
give people grace.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But if you're able to do that on a consistent basis, then that shows a major green flag.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
They reflect after conflict.
Massive green flag.
Green flag all the way.
Yeah. I think that is a skill that people need to learn.
Yeah.
Because you can get through an argument or conflict or whatever, and you might have a fine outcome, and most people just move on from it. And I think that that's very, very common, and I don't think it's super unhealthy, but I think somebody who is extremely emotionally adapted or inept is the wrong word. It's the opposite, isn't it? Emotionally regulated, will think about conflict and reflect back on it and go, how could I do better next time?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Huge green flag.
Yeah. And reflect and say, how can I do better next time? But don't need to make it a point to bring that up to the other person either. Yeah.
Yeah.
They go to therapy or have gone to therapy.
I think that's a green flag.
It's a green flag. It's not bare minimum, though I do think that everyone should go.
Yeah.
But it is I think it's a major green flag.
Isn't that so hot? Like, imagine if you started dating someone and they're like, oh, I actually can't go out on Thursday. I've got my therapy appointment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yummy.
Which is funny because I think that some people would see that as a red flag because they would go, yeah, I think some people would be like, oh, what are you going to go to therapy for? Like, must be like some people who don't understand that obviously you go to therapy for the betterment of yourself and others. But they would go, I think that they would actually ruminate on the fact that they think something's really wrong with you.
That's so true. I didn't think of it that way. But that's because I know the powers of therapy.
Yep. They don't become defensive when you give them feedback.
Once again, I think this is I think it's bare minimum.
I think so.
I think most people should be able to you learn this as soon as you go to school.
Yeah.
How much is it that we go through constructive criticism?
Yeah. And obviously,
you hear it everywhere.
Yeah. And obviously I'm not talking in the sense where your partner is going, you do this and you do that and I don't
You're
like
fat,
it.
you should lose some weight.
Yeah. And they're being really critical and it's not nice and they're just belittling you. Like, obviously we're not accepting that. But when your partner goes, look, I think maybe we could work on this or whatever it may be. And, you know, they're doing it for the betterment of you and the relationship. And they're doing it in a really sensitive way, and if you can't take an ounce of that feedback and you get defensive straight away, then you need to go to therapy.
If you don't have all of these ticked off, if you don't have 75% of these traits ticked off, you have to go to therapy. It's now a legally binding obligation.
It is, yes. They make you dinner after a long day at work.
Oh, bare minimum for me. But
yeah, I think everyone has their own ideas
Yeah.
of what is the best thing that their partner could do after a long day.
And I think it does come down to your love language, but my love language is 100% acts of service, and I love my husband's cooking, and I don't hate cooking. That's a extravagant emotion. But I don't enjoy cooking, especially after a long day. It's the last dude for you. Not having to cook and eat after a long day.
If you could cook it and then eat it for me, that would be the best
to
thing
me,
ever.
I think it's bare minimum. But to be honest with you, a green flag. I think it's a bare minimum in the sense that you've thought about your partner's day and how they're feeling, and once again, what can I do to make their life easier?
Yeah.
But I also think then to put that into action and do that regularly. Green flag.
Yeah. They remember the things you like. I think that's bare minimum.
I think that is in any relationship.
Yeah,
if
I
you've got
agree.
a friend, sorry, I just sort of I think that I can't say. But yeah, if you've got friends that you tell things to, and they can't remember the most important things to you,
Yeah.
as little as like, you know, what kind of music you like to play or like listen to, what music you like to play, what music you like to listen to, or like what your favorite chocolate is.
Yeah. Or like they see a top at the store and they go, oh, they would really like that. And they take a
Yeah.
photo and send it to you and go, FYI, this is at blah, blah, blah. Like, thought that you might like it.
I think that's bare minimum in any relationship. You should listen to your friends and your lovers' interests.
Yeah,
and likes.
absolutely. Yeah. Because like also I think that it shows a multitude of different things. Like it shows that you listen, it shows that you value that person, it shows that you are genuinely invested in that person's life. Like those are all the things that you should be doing for somebody that you want in your life.
Exactly.
Yeah. And to keep them.
Yeah.
Not just to gain them, but to keep them.
And like, would that not be something that you want in return? Like,
Yeah.
as simple as treat others as you would like to be treated.
Yeah.
Would you not love it if your friends remembered that you go to Pilates every Sunday and they message you going after Pilates, would you like to get a coffee?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
exactly.
Like, do you know what I mean? You would love that. So
Yeah.
why would you not do those things for the people that you love?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to start somewhere.
It's got to start somewhere.
Yes. Okay, so now we are going to share what our number one green flag is that we look out for in a relationship.
You go first.
Okay. Somebody who is calm. And
Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness, this is mine.
is it
Damn
actually?
it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll think of another one, but you go.
So when I say somebody who's calm, I mean in the sense that you're calm in all approaches in life. So whether it be a conversation that we're having, and like maybe there's like a little bit of conflict about we just don't see eye to eye specifically on something. If you can remain calm in that conversation, green flag. Somebody who has a task that's really frustrating, but they can remain calm whilst doing that task, green flag. Somebody who is in a situation where they may be overwhelmed and they got so many things going on, if you can see the positive and see like what's the best case scenario in here and you're calm about it, green flag.
Yeah.
Like anything where you remain calm,
Yeah.
green flag.
I was going to say the exact same thing. And I think I wanted to prefix it with that. I don't want calm to be misrepresented by like not caring.
Yeah.
So sometimes people can go, oh, they're so chill. And it's like, well, no, they just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But somebody who's calm, and I think all those examples are so good. Or when you make a mistake and they meet you with grace and empathy instead of meeting you with blame and making you feel bad for what you did. Green fucking flag.
Green flag.
The greenest flag that ever did live.
The greenest flag to flag the flag.
Now I need to think of another one. Okay, another green flag. I feel like we covered most of like these top 10 green flags,
Mm.
and I would have said emotional regulation as well. But, mine's definitely calm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think also somebody who can address a problem at the right time. Like, and I know that can be really hard to pinpoint, but like somebody who can, if they see a problem that arises, that's something that doesn't sit quite right with them, either something that they did or that you did, and they don't bring it up in the moment necessarily because tensions are high, but when they can take a step back and then bring it up later calmly again, and really think about how they're going to approach it so that they come at you in the most non-critical way that they can. And I think that's what you were saying as well, in that self-regulation. But
yeah, being able to read a room.
yeah.
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 There's so many.
There's so many.
Think of,
yeah.
But yeah, just somebody who just does. I also think like the little things. Consistency. I think that's a massive green flag. Somebody who is consistent. You know what version you are getting of them every single day.
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
Yeah.
To not go, oh, I'm really worried that that's going to set them off, and once again, that comes back down to calmness, but knowing that every single day you are getting the same version of that person with like obviously little trickets each end. Like, they might be happier one day or a little bit sadder, but they're consistent. You are never having to walk on eggshells worried about what kind of version of that person you're going to get. That is really important.
Yeah. Another one that comes to mind, and this may be like a little bit more superficial, but somebody who has hobbies, that's a green flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like somebody that has aspirations
and goals. Yeah.
Because I think it's really important to like the soft life, to like, just sitting on the couch and watching a movie together or taking it slow. But I also think that a massive green flag is somebody who is constantly wanting to better themselves and grow things. And it doesn't even need to be like, when I say aspirations, it doesn't need to be, building this massive career with lots of money, but somebody that is just constantly working towards better things while also appreciating what they have.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's a massive green flag.
Massive green flag.
I think what's a red flag is settling. And so the opposite of that is having aspirations and wanting growth.
Yeah.
Piggy, what's yours?
What's yours, babe?
Chicken. If they like chicken.
But don't you think that's bare min?
It's Pee-wee's birthday soon. And tell everyone what party you're going to have. Chicken party.
She's going to have a chicken party.
Chicken party.
She can't wait. She's so excited.
We're pumped. All right. Well, that's it for another episode.
Of It's Not That Deep. Thanks for chilling with us on the couch. We will see you same place, same time. More yaps.
Stay comfy, darlings.